Hey everybody, how's it going? I have a really long video here. It's going to be showcasing my recent independent comic pickups. So it'll be a really big indie haul. So if you're a Marvel DC person, maybe this isn't the video for you. Maybe this will be a good segue into you collecting more stuff that's not from the big two. A lot of Image comics, a lot of Scout, a lot of Source, Point Press, a lot of AWA, some Aftershock, tons and tons of stuff. Ranging from new, current, modern stuff to like brand new, back to old back issues. Probably some 70s stuff, but mostly 80s, 90s. Lots of that. Lots of indies. So buckle up. Go get a snack, pause it, do whatever you gotta do, because you're gonna be in here for a while. I'd like to just show you guys all the stacks. I have it divided up. It's all alphabetical, so starting from A to Z. We got a town called Terror. That's from Image. But next is Alice Ever After. I wanted to show you guys all the stacks A to Z. Like, this is just A. So this could be a marathon 2-hour video. Could be 20-30 minutes depending on how fast I can fly through these. That's Jenny Frison cover there. That's nice. There's a regular cover. I think inside of there there's a new story coming out called Grimm, and that's like the first preview of it or cameo. American Legends. I'll try to do this fast so we're not here all day. Ancient Dreams, that's nice. Okay. Angel of Death. I'll probably commentate everything like I always do. I know you guys can read, but Animal Castle, this is the second print, I think, from a Blaze. Cool book there. I know it's not a first print. Those are going for a little bit of money, and it had like a yellow or a gold trade dress. Where's my angle here? That'll be good. And then we're going over to Anonymous. From Top Cow, we got Anti. Free Comic Book Day edition. The Apache Delivery Service is a newer book from Matt Kint. Who's the artist there? Tyler. I got the Jenkins is in there. Tyler Jenkins, Hillary Jenkins. I'm not familiar with either of them. But I do like me some Matt Kint stories. Some management. Apocalypse AI. Arcanium. Now these are 90% all books I did not have. I collect all comics, but specifically non-Marvel DC, indies, A to Z. I collect all number ones. That's actually a 0 there on the Anti. Archangel 8. Like, this is one of the few I think I do have already, but I wanted to make sure. There's a buck. Eric Kahn. That's an old one. Arc World. From Devil's Due. But yeah, I collect all number one. I know everybody collects number ones. It's nothing new, but I go hard on it. I don't just get Image. I don't just get Marvel DC. I don't just get, whatever certain genres I like. I get anything. No matter what it is. If it's a number one, I get it. If it's fucking Roy Rogers or, Andy Panda, some hot stuff, some astronauts in trouble. If it's a number one, I have to have it. Ascension, David Finch, that's one I already have. But I have 1 through, 8, 9, 10. So I wanted to get another copy of number 1 to put with the library encyclopedia, the fucking garage full of long boxes I have. Athena, The Undying. That's pretty fucking cool. That's a newer book, brand new, from Second Sight Comics. Second Sight, Beach High. That's a gnarly cover. Beck and Call, Investigations. Biff to the Future. Back to the Future. There's another one back there. Big Trouble in Little China. I do have some sort of Big Trouble in Little China number 1. Now, I don't have to have every number 1. So, I know Big Trouble in Little China has had several volumes, tons of variants, tons of takes on it, whatever. Some adaptations. They did that fucking, Old Man Jack book or whatever the fuck. They did him meeting this Snake Plissken thing, Bionic Woman, which I thought was Frozen. It's definitely not, but it's still decent cover, and it's number one I didn't have. But if they have like another Bionic Woman number one, I don't need to have it. I got my one. I got it covered. I just want every book that's ever existed, just at least one number one of that title, you know, spoken for, or whatever. Blackheart are regulars. I want it, you know, accounted for. There we go. Black of Heart, Black Sable, Black Sun, and Blood is the Harvest. That's cool. And I already have this as well, but it's in my horror. I have a couple long boxes of horror number ones too, precisely. So again, it's like A to Z. Every comic in there is a horror number one. So now, occasionally, when I find any of those titles, you know, in the back issue bins, dollar bins, whatever, I get them. If I can get them cheap, I'm gonna get them again, so I can throw them in my regular A to Z. I don't know, 30 or 40, probably around that many long boxes of just number ones of all genres. You know, action, superhero, whatever. This is new. La I can't even say it. Borinquina. It's like yeah, it's a thing. What is she? It's not Puerto Rican. What am I trying to say? Partnered with Rosario Dawson. Well, she's actually in the book. Produced with support from the NRDC. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, it's Puerto Rico. Okay. So it's like a, I don't know if you guys can read this. I'm not trying to move my camera. Calls to attention a lot of the issues surrounding Puerto Rico. It's probably made with the intent of there could be a Netflix show down the road or a movie. I don't know. But it looks like an all-new superhero. And you get Rosario Dawson herself getting in there. She's a comic writer. She's a comic fan. In lots of comic properties. Big, thick book. It was $10. But it looks like you probably get a bunch of characters in there. I don't know if they're all new or if some of it is like already established characters they have over there. And this is their first time. And I don't know. Whatever. I got it. Again, it's a fucking number one. Had to get it. Breakout. Buckhead. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is I do already have some Buffy book already, but that is the 25th anniversary number one, Jenny Frison variant. Actually, I think it's just the regular cover. I need a couple of those. Bylines and Blood. Okay, let me get more books. Yeah, I just figured before I put all these away, I wanted to show them off, because I think for the last couple months of new comic book day hauls, I've just been showing Marvel and DC, or I haven't been... I want to keep these in order. I haven't really been at least showing all this stuff off as much. Maybe, I don't know if I've been skipping it entirely, but I know I haven't been showing the back issues you see here. So if it's something that like just came out, maybe I've been showing them off. But if it's a back issue, like whatever, this Beach High or Beck and Call here, if it's an older book, I absolutely have just been putting it straight into this A to Z stack that I'm trying to slowly dismantle in front of you guys. Apocalypse AI. Cool. So yeah, before I put all them away, which is gonna take me fucking hours, probably. No, definitely. I just want to show them off because most of these books will never see the light of day again. I mean, I'll probably read a good chunk of them because very few of the I've read very few of these so far already. So most of them, since getting them, I just put straight into Bylines and Blood. Bylines and Blood. Sounds like a metal song. Legend of King Arthur continued in Camelot. Camelot Eternal. That's neat. Yeah, most of these new books I haven't read. I haven't been reading much lately. Just trying to sort of keep up on some Marvel stuff, but not really. This is coming out. We haven't had Free Comic Book Day yet, but coming up pretty soon. This is one of the books they offer. It's a Dogman, Captain Underpants, Cat Kid. This is, I think, another one, Carriers. Cathartic Jam. So, I mean, I will probably bust a lot of these out. Charm City, the Ashcan edition from Scout Comics. That Chemical Reflex, so that should be in the T's. Cloaked, that's a new book. And the Collector, I did just show this off in my very last video, featuring the Unit 731 stuff. Crazy fucking, like, they're not Nazi, sorry, I'm brain farting. What's the word? Like, death camps? In whatever? They're not really, I don't know if they're concentration camps. They were just all the crazy experiments they were doing around World War II. Black Cross. Some really fucked up shit, I'll tell you that. Cormac. Mac Art. Robert E. Howard stuff there. Corollary. All these books are gonna give me a coronary. Count Crowley, that's volume 2. I enjoyed what I read of the first bout. I read the first 2 or 3. So there are times I will get ongoing, like volume 2, volume 3, reprints, variants, stuff like that, Cover of Darkness. But typically it's when it's a story I have already read, a story I like, or it's horror, or it's a theme I like, or an artist I really like. Cowboy Bebop. This I can't even fucking read. Crash Pad. That's a newer one too. The Unfurling Lotus. Crash Pad. Crimson Cage. Cursed Pirate Girl. Daisy. Dark Beach. Dark Child. I think that's a swimsuit special. Death and the Man Who Would Not Die. Death Angel. Ultraviolet. Digger. That's cool. Digger. Everything's still filming down here. Sometimes things just stop on me out of nowhere. Make sure you can see it all. Digger. Do androids dream of electric sleep? Sheep. Can't read. Big haul here from Lone Star, my comic shop. Doberman. Oh, that's crazy. So I have do androids. Do androids dream of electric sheep? And then I also have Don't Eat the Electric Sheep. Wow, that's cool. Those are gonna go almost right by each other in the the long boxes. Well, it depends what's already in there, but again, I think I fucking already said it. I have dork 30 or 40 long boxes of just indie books. You're seeing all the fucking publishers: Dynamite, Kitchen Sink, Action Lab, Idol. Fucking, I don't even know what this is. Penguin Group. What? Alright. Bliss on Tap Publishing, Duel, Behemoth, IDW, just DW. What the fuck this is? The Dumbass Express. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, I just want to go through all these before I add them to my plethora of indie boxes. A lot of cool stuff in here. Maybe, because for me, I'm at a point where, there's probably hundreds of thousands of comics out there. Thousands for sure, if not hundreds of, like number ones. I'm not just talking like individual issues. There's millions of comics. But of just titles. And so, I know I'm nowhere near having everything, but I'm at a point where I feel like I'm I'm further in than I am out. Or the other way around. But I don't know. I said that weird. I'm at a point where I have so much now. Yeah, sure, I could keep, usually I mostly sell Marvel, DC stuff, a lot of older stuff. But I could, just start selling a lot of this and save a lot of money. But I don't know, I feel like I'm at a point where I have so many that it's like, you might as well just keep going. Might as well just keep buying all the number ones you come across. Might as well keep burying yourself in fucking comics. Emo Girl, that's neat. That's a new one from, I couldn't tell you. From Black, blah, blah, blah. Black Doth. Black Idol. I can't read what this says. Blacktooth. From Blacktooth Comics. It's hard to read that. Whatever. But yeah, time and time again, I think I already have everything. Can't even say that. Erathun. Arathun. Eva. Eve. I like doing this where it's like, okay, faction. Faction. And there's certain titles that have like the same word or similar wordings and they go kind of in order. You'll probably see a few examples of it eventually here. Faithless number 3. I do, of course, I have Faithless volumes 1 and 2. Not just number 1s, I have the full sets of them. I'm a big Maria Lovett fan. She's been doing great with that. I enjoy her art. Heartbeat is another one I enjoyed a lot. Faithless Feather. 50/50 Girls. The Filth. Firstborn. I think I have that already. Life's in. It's not Life's in. It's First Man. 5 Weapons. This one just came in. Floppy Cop. Follow Me into Darkness. Into the Darkness. Which was, it's like the next chapter of You Promised Me Darkness. Behemoth. We got Forgetless. Dean Koontz's Frankenstein. The Freak Brothers. I think that's a reprint there, though. This is Freak Show Kingdom. I think they've done Freak Show Night and Freak Show Kingdom now. Yeah. I think Fuse and FX. We got the Ghoul Agency. We got Guilt. Girl Genius. This is probably one of those times, isn't it? Nope, I don't have a bunch of girl stuff. I thought I had a bunch of girl titles. God Wheel. No, Give Me Liberty. God Wheel. Good Boy. Good Girls. There's another girls. Okay. When I did this haul off of my comic shop recently, and how I found a few of these was I had just searching for something that had girls in the title, and then I ended up just searching girls number 1, and probably 20 or 30 titles came up, and at least 10 that I didn't have. So I ended up getting a bunch of things that are just girl something or something girl number 1. Because again, the Guardians, there you go, yeah. LeBron, Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, Mike Bibby, Kevin Garnett, Jason Kidd. I'm so good. I wasn't even reading the names. I just saw the names are up there. I just recognized them. Gutter Magic. Oh, that's it through G now. But yeah, if it's a number 1 and it's a comic book and I don't already have it, I'm fucking buying it. And that's really tough considering there's so many books in existence. Again, I still should just stop, sell what I have, try to salvage something out of it. Yeah, Haven, Heathen, Heaven 7, Heaven's Devils. You see all these are from my comic shop. They have the Lone Star Comics might be their actual name. I think that's the PayPal name. So I had searched Heaven number 1 and got all these. Heavy Metal Drummer, that's a new one that just came out from Behemoth. Pretty cool look there. I skimmed through it, have not gotten to read it. I will do that shortly. This might have been another one where I just searched High number 1. So you got High Roads, High Rollers. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's hit that point where I have so much and I don't keep lists. I'm really good. I have fairly photographic memory, I guess. Whatever. I'm good at not doubling up on stuff. But since I don't catalog them, hit me baby one more time. Hollow. Honor Among Thieves. But since I have so much crap now, so it hits a point where it's hard for me to find new stuff. Thank God, because it's so fucking broke. Hope. But I'll just search a word like hope #1, and then it'll find me all the crazy, ridiculous titles that have hope in it, or honor. Honor Among Thieves, honor #1, honor before death, death before honor, death before dishonor, dishonor, honorably discharged, just whatever. Horn Island, I'll search island #1, you'll get Blood Island, Death Island, The Island, Island of Dr. Moreau, blah 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 blah, you'll get whatever. So it's hit a point where that's how I find stuff now. The official image timeline, that's a cool book, just came out recently. Week or two ago. And it's it's fun, it's cool, you can be creative. That's kind of how I find some stuff now, is like I'll just search. I have so many titles that have dark in the title: Dark Age, Darkness, Dark Engine, Dark Trio, Dark Tribe, Dark Angel, Dark whatever, you name it. So now, in order to find new stuff, sometimes I'll just search Dark #1, and if I come across something I don't already have, guess what? I fucking buy it, clearly. Because I have restraint problems. Are we going backwards here? I don't know. Whatever, as long as they're in the same letter they need to be with, I can figure it out. But yeah, probably for each letter, I'd like to maybe do a live stream of me going through all this. I think that would be fun. But I could show off all the long boxes together. I mean, there's fucking, if I had pallets, there would be pallets worth. Ugh, goddamn, it's taking a lot of time just dismantling this shit. But I'd like to, I don't know, maybe show you guys. This is all just the brand new stuff I've been collecting for fucking decades. So imagine what I already had. This is just the shit where it's it's starting to be rare shit I've come across. Or as I said, since I have to do a lot of weird, unique ways of finding stuff, I have to search random shit like chemical #1 or reflex #1, and maybe I'll get lucky and find one or two obscure things I didn't already have. So I would like to show off the old stuff sometime, not just this brand new crap. The Immortal, the Impaler, in his own image. It's cool. I like most of the stuff Source Point puts out. And then occasionally a title will come out where I don't have the #1, I'm unfamiliar with it, and I'm afraid I'm not going to remember it. So I'll pick it up anyway, and then I'll just get the #1 later. Or, I don't know if I said all that right. If I find a non-#1, that's what I was getting at. Like this one, the Iron Corporal. This is number 23. I like Charlton stuff, so I'll probably keep it anyway, but until I get Iron Corporal #1, that'll be a placeholder. But this reminds me, hey, I need to search Iron Corporal #1. And while I'm at it, I'll probably search Iron #1, and I'll find 1,000 other things, like Iron Jaw, Iron Man, Iron Lad, Iron whatever, Legion, Iron Head. Head #1, and you'll find 1,000 more #1s. It's really I'm sorry, but to keep repeating myself. Japanese Schoolgirls in Love. But that's how I find stuff now. Jasmine, Jennifer Blood, the Joneses. Don't even try keeping up with the Joneses. Joy Operations, Jungle Comics, Jungle Girls, Jungle Action, Jungle Love, Kamui. That's actually the Legend of Kamui. Kamui. King of Spies, King's Road, Kiss Me, Satan, Today, Satan, Night something, Night Wolf. Another example of a very heavily used word. Nightmares, Night Master, Night Wolf, Night Sky, Night something, Night Masters. The Knight, The Dark Knight, Lady Pendragon, Laughing Gas, Land of the Living Gods, The Last Session, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, number 1. That is volume 2. I think I already have a number 1 of that of some sorts accounted for. So I'll probably sell that. Leave It to Chance, Legend Lore, and since I also collect books from all over the world, that's a big killer. Is I'll come across like a bunch of British number 1s, UK number 1s, a bunch of characters that only really exist over there, a bunch of, whatever. And those get even harder to fucking track down. Just finding out they exist is one thing, but then like Life, Death, and Sorcery. I'm anxious to check that one out. A lot of these I do want to look through before I put them away, but since there's so much, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I'm probably just going to try to get to some of them later. I won't have time in this lifetime. Marco Cicchetto there. Life Zero, Little Monsters, Loaded Bible, Long Lost. I think this is already optioned. I have a oversized version of it. I don't know if it was like a special edition or it might have issues 1 and 2 in it. Lost Angel, Lost City Explorers, Lunar Room. Oh my god. I might have to make this a 2-parter. This is going on forever and ever and ever. Oh, has there been glare over here this whole time? Fuck you, glare. Fuck you. Anyway, yeah. So what have I been talking about? So I want to show you guys all of my other number 1s eventually, but if you're seeing how long this is taking just to get through all these, you can imagine it's going to take me days, if not weeks, to get through the fucking dozens and dozens of additional long boxes I've already got. And the other big pain in the ass, I'm just needing some filler talk right now. The other big annoying pain in the ass thing is when you already have that many boxes and they're all already filled out. When you get something new, I have this problem with movies. All the shelves are already filled, so when I get, even just one more, I have to... Bad at explaining, but like, let's say, this shelf is full. So if I get Iron Fist Season 2, my one painted nail, or whatever, anything, Luke Cage, I'm trying to get, so the rest of the Netflix shows. If I get Jessica Jones, and I get Luke Cage 1 and 2, or I get Iron Fist Season 2, guess what? Someone else to leave. This is full. I can't fit anything in here. So I either have to find a new place for a whole section of stuff, or like, you get one new movie, you have to, alright, well now I'll have to fucking move this, I'll take this tape out, or I'll have to move Deadpool. But then I have to find a place to put the 2 Deadpool movies so I can fit 2 new movies in here. And it's even worse when it's, A to Z stuff. This is all just random. But when it's an A to Z thing, you then have to fucking pull out a bunch of the books in the back and move them onto the next box so you can fit ones in the current box you're on. And then, since you're moving a small stack into the next letters box, it's just like a chain reaction. You have to end up doing that, going all the way through A to Z or whatever, the one letter you're starting at. So even just getting like 5 additional M books, whatever, J books, I'm going to have to move the K's into the L and the M box. And then I'll have to fucking move the L and the M's into the N's. And yeah, you get what I'm saying now. But that's the biggest pain in the ass, is when you already have the boxes full. So I've kind of gotten ahead of myself now, where I'll only fill a box like 80%, just so I can, and I'll use like boards to fill out the rest of it. But that way, if and when I do get new stuff, I don't have to put myself through that every single fucking time. But yeah, I might stop at M, stop halfway through here. It's over. Okay. Yeah, DVDs, it's a big old fucking pain in the ass, especially. Blu-rays now, because I've maxed out my space for that. Man from U.N.C.L.E. And like they had Man from U.N.C.L.E. stuff back when they're doing Dell, like the 4-color books. So yeah, of course I want, the older, whatever, the more valuable or the more expensive book you think would be what I would go for, but I'm the opposite, actually. Since it's not, especially for all these, Martha Washington Goes to War. I love that book. Frank Miller. I got Master here. Master of the Void. For me, it's... So if I already had a Man from U.N.C.L.E. book, one of the old ones, I had an old #1. Once I find... If I find a newer one that's cheaper, I will always downgrade, or I'll go for the lowest value one for the PC, and then I'll try to sell the more valuable one to recoup some of that money. And I'm the same way with... this was a really good run. It's like 5 or 6 issues. I liked it a lot. Me, You Love in the Dark. Meanwhile... Mech Destroyer! But same with just regular, like, Silver Age stuff, or just anything, especially keys. I will always try to downgrade. So say I already have a fine copy, or a VF copy. Marble Girls, that was one of the... Miracle Girls. It's one of the girl books I got. This is a cool thing here. It's like Model Scene #1 with the Predator cover. But say I have a very fine of a key book, and I come across a low grade, good, very good. Maybe it's missing a coupon. That's the best, is when it's just missing a back cover, or missing a non-story page, missing a coupon, Marvel value stamp, whatever. Monkey Meat, Monster Kill Squad, Moon, it's like an anime thing, a manga thing, whatever, I don't know. Yu Zhong Li, Morty the dog. So I will then buy the lower grade one, because for me, it's just, I just want to have the book. I just want to have a placeholder. I want to have, it's not the right word, but something to hold something to whatever. Account for that title, account for that key, account for that issue in the run. Like I've got, and same thing with like my full runs. I've got all of Amazing Spider-Man. So if I have a nice copy of Mr. T and the T-Force, Neil Adams right there. Ms. Tree, 3D, My Bad, actually. Murder comes first, and then My Bad. My Bad. But if I have, or Avengers. I just completed my Avengers Volume 1 run. So, most of them are high grade. And if I come across a low grade one, of one that's actually, it's worth the trouble to do it, I will always buy that lower grade copy and then sell the nicer one of whatever it is. Just so I can... because to me, it's like, who cares what condition my Avengers 163 is? Who even knows what that fucking book is off the top of their heads? A few people. But if I can buy a low-grade one for $1 and sell my nice high-grade one, or even mid-grade one, or whatever, for $10, $15, $20, I can make a profit on what I paid for it, and still buy myself another one to replace it. That's win-win for me, and that's the goal. So I do occasionally buy later volumes of stuff just because I know I can sell the older one, or I do, like, even for this shit, like, if I have a minty copy of some of these new books, like Namesake #1, whatever, Nash, if it's Big Diesel, especially if it's a newer book that's worth something. I mean, if it's a $1 book, and you find a low-grade copy of a $1 book, or a lot of these back issues are only worth $1 or $2, or they're only worth up to cover price. Very few of the books I've shown are worth more than $5. A few, but never. That was a new hot book recently. I think this is second print, #1. But if I happen to find so if it was going for Animal Castle, that was another one. That's just, I know off the top of my head, was worth a little bit out the gate. So let's just say this was too. Say it was worth $15. This is worth $15, brand new, near mint, first print, whatever. And then I find a second print for cover price. Well, I'm going to buy the second print because it's still a #1, and then I can sell the first print, make $10 more than I paid for it, still be able to use that money to buy the second print, and so I'm still getting the book and making money. Neverlanders. New Masters. But say this gets optioned or whatever. This is a minty copy. It's probably, at least a 9.6. Just, there's really no way it's any less than that. But say I have a fucking high-grade 9.8 copy of something, and then I find one that was just arrived at the store damaged, it's big old spine tick, He's got it in his dollar bins, or I can get it for cover price, and it's a $20 book because it just got optioned. Well, I'm gonna buy that Spine Tick copy because I don't care the condition of most of my comics in general, but especially this stuff, the indie #1 runs. Yeah, I could care less what grade any of these are in. I'll be lucky if I even get the chance to read half of them in my fucking life. There's so many. Night of the Cadillacs. I like the way that one looks. Nightmare Country just came out. It's a new Sandman universe thing. Night World. Ninja is another. Night and Ninja is another very heavily used comic word. Ninjas and robots. That's dope. Actually, it looks kind of dope. Dopey looking there. But I kind of like it. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. No One's Rose. I enjoyed that. I've read the first 4 or 5 issues of that. Number 13. I think I have that. Obey Me. I think I have that. Ocean Will Take Us All. Odyssey. What was I saying? Oh, Kill Strike. Yeah, I will almost always. 100 Girls. Another one of those. Omega. I'll buy the low-grade dinged-up copy because I know I can sell my nice one and make some money on it. Overload, Overtoad, Overtaken, Pantha. And Pantha, I believe, yeah, this is like volume 2 or 3. This character's been around for a while. So if I happen to have already had her first #1 or her first appearance, I'll swap it out for that because it's a character I don't care about. I just want to have a Pantha book. I just want to have one Patrick the Wolf Boy. So if there's a rarer one that I also already have, or I come across, maybe this is the rare one, and I come across a cheap one, guess what? I'm going to fucking do the little flip on it. Pentagram of Horror. That's cool. I think I did get 2 copies of that. So one for the horror box. And again, there's so many subgenres. Phantom of Fear City. Like westerns, horror, bowling comics, purple covers when it's their characters in the mouth of something, anything Scooby-Doo, anything Spider-Man, anything Daredevil, anything Thor, anything Submariner, anything Avengers, anything Frizzen. There's a lot of artists. But when those categories come out, anything with a bear on the cover, yeah, Primos, Princeless, Prince X. It's Princeless. I don't know. This is an example of one that I don't think is a volume 1 because it says book 7. But it is #1 here, so I'm cool with that. If the actual book 1 Princeless is worth something, I'll take this because I just need something that says that title and has a #1 on it. Yeah, anything in those subgenres I named. Just like horror books, whatever it is, I will almost always try to get an additional copy so I can put one in that said subgenre box. Because I keep everything very, very well organized, very not just like alphabetized, but genreized and chronologicalized. I can never say that. Music comics when it's a band. So when they put out an Iron Maiden #1, I got an Iron Maiden box, so I have one for that. I gotta have one for the just general A to Z stuff. I gotta have one for the Dynamite box #1. I gotta have one for my music, just regular music comics have their own box. And if there were more bands, mostly it is just metal bands, rock bands that put out books, but say it was another type of subgenre or wherever, I would need one for the metal comic box, and I'll have one for the 80s metal comic box, just because that's how I have to organize my CDs. Is I don't just have a music section, I don't just have a metal section, I have a thrash metal section, I have an 80s metal section, I have 90s metal section. Iron Maiden has their own section, 70s metal has its own section, hard rock has its own section. So imagine if I was that hardcore with my CDs and stuff. I am with movies. I'll buy multiple copies of movies just to put one in each section, or just to, if there's different alternate titles or alternate covers, I like to have one of all of those. I'd like to have it You know, because it's like, God forbid someone ever looks through my, a certain specific box or a section, and they don't see that one issue in there. Or like with, getting way off the quad. Way off point, I think. But Racer X, and it's not Speed Racer. What? Radiant Red. To go with Radiant Black. This is Radio Apocalypse. It's like a cool shiny foil cover. So I think this is a rarer or harder to get variant. It's $10. If I get the regular cover, I will sell that for the exact reasons I've already named. I don't need to get into it again. Radio Spaceman. Rain. Ranger Stranger. Saga of the Realm. Just the regular Realm. Red Dragon. Red Sonia. Red Moon. Red Room. That's a number 4 because I have 1, 2, and 3 already. Red Coat. This would be an example of... It's basically Geiger 80-page giant. It has a bunch of... Images lately has been doing these 80-page giant books with the go-go checks at the top. And there's different covers. There's multiple stories in each one. There's the Walking Dead character called Clementine is going to either get her own show or her own book, I think. And then she might show up later in the future. Whatever, Walking Dead crap. So she, I think, premiered in one of these 80-page giant books. And there's a variant cover where she's on the cover of it. And so probably for this book, all the other stories that are in here, which there's a few, I think each one has a version where they're on the cover. So this for me would count as a Red Coat number 1, at least until that actually comes out, until they do a Red Coat issue 1 by itself. And at that point, when that comes out, I will check, hey, is this valuable? Is that one valuable? Which one is the, cheaper one for me? Cheap. Refuse Last Resorts, Revisionists. And yeah, then I'll usually get the cheap one, sell the pricier one. Rise of Dracula, Rivers of London, Rocket Salvage. Oh god, I don't even want to talk about this one. See, no matter how fucking lame it is. God. I can't say it's gay, because it literally is gay. And I don't like using that word for that term. But it's super fucking gay. Rockstar and Soft Boy. God damn it, I knew I'd talk about it. Your new fave BFFs have arrived. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, if it's a number 1, gotta have it, no matter what. Ugh. Rogue Sun. Rube's Review. Run, Love, Kill. Runaway. And that's it for the R's. Then we get into S. We have Sadhu. Ugh, I'm getting hot. Savage Henry. Oh, God. Scales and Scoundrels. Schoolgirls. See, there was a bunch of girls. They're just not the first word. Second place. This just came out. The Secret History of Weed. No, Secret History of the War on Weed. Seven Brothers. Here, so this is one. I already have this book. But I wasn't sure off the top of my head if it was like a kung fu thing. I know John Woo makes a lot of... I think he did a few comic titles. At like the height of his popularity there. Probably around Mission Impossible, whatever, 2 or 3. But he's done a lot of, like, whatever, hard-boiled crap. He's done some martial arts things. So I thought, hey, is this... Because I have a martial arts section of comics, and I have a samurai section of comics. So I was like, well, just in case this fits that. And I don't know if I have the regular version already, or if the one I have is also director's cut, or if they all are, because he is a director. But I got a second copy, because I can put one now. I can have one in my martial arts section, or I can have... If I eventually get all the titles he did, I can have a John Woo section. Oh my god, get out of here. Shelter Division. Shadima. And eventually I've thought about having like all my source books together. I do have all my Aftershock stuff together. So I do buy 2 of most Aftershock. Shit show! Just wanted to say that. Shrapnel. Aftershock's probably my favorite company in all of comics. Oh, that says it's issue 2. Are you fucking kidding me? I guess that's issue 2. Fuck. My bad. Well, I don't want it. Shit. Just kidding. I do collect more than just issue 1s. However, I don't go as crazy. I'm not obsessive. I don't have to get every number 1. But if I find 1, 2, and 3, or 1 and 2, or if I enjoy the read of number 1, I'll always get number 2 if I find it. I will buy... I have no problem buying into the series. But if it's a book I like, I usually just get the trade. I'll just stop at number 1. This is Silence. Number 1. So don't think that I just completely I only get number 1s. If it's a number 2 or I have no interest in it or whatever. Sync, that's it's the UK exclusive edition. I was going to say, I think it's a UK comic and it's pretty big over there, or got optioned recently. Sirens, Skyman. But yeah, I'm just not as obsessive. I don't have to have the whole run of a book. I can find it available to read online if I can't find a trade. But I like to. You can see I got a bunch of graphic novels back there. That's just half of my Image stuff. I have another whole section of Image and all the other companies, publishers. It's probably 2 or 3 more shelves just like that of indie graphic novels. So I go beyond the number 1s. I just, for the actual individual issues, like A to Z, Slasher, Sleeper, then yeah, I do mostly only get my numero unos. Slumber number 1. I'm going to get Slumber number 2 because I like the vibe of what's going on here. I looked at it and did not read it yet. I will. But then yeah, I'll probably get number 2, and if I like it, I will keep going with it as long as I, decide to, whatever, keep it up. Snake. But if it was just kind of an okay read, not that great, or if it gets hard to get number 2, number 3, I'll just stop with the number 1s and I'll get the trade. I'll wait till those come out. Boom. It's not Boom. Scoot. I just saw the 2 O's. That's the kid imprint of Scout Comics is Scoot Comics or something like that. Space Cadet. Speed Tribes. There's 2 Speed Tribes in there. Spin World, Stained, Station to Station. Yeah, and graphic novels usually come out once they hit issues. Usually at least 4 issues. It's often 6, 4, 5, 6. Usually when the first volume is done, the first chapter of the story is done, they'll try to section it off. But usually, I think with most indie books, it's 6 issues. Step by Bloody Step, Stone, Will's Percusio, Stray Dogs. That's another thing. I have a big Stray Dog box. So anything Stray Dogs that comes out, I get it. It goes in there. If it's a number 1, I get it for the number 1 boxes. If it's a homage cover like this, Creepshow, I will get one for my cover swipe box. And honestly, it's hitting where I have so many. I'm on my 3rd cover swipe box. I'm probably going to go through those and pull out all the movie covers. So then I'll have a short box or its own long box of just movie cover swipes or movie poster homages. So then when Stray Dogs does another, I'll have to get 3 copies or 4 copies. I'll end up having to get 3 or 4 of each one, and it's going to get ridiculous. But that's how I collect. Just having one isn't good enough for me. I don't know why. Supermassive. That's like a Radiant Black universe thing they're doing. There's a couple first appearances in there. That book's actually a little bit valuable. Super Zombies, not just number 1, but number 2. So yeah, if I find number 3 for $1 or less, I'm getting it. If I start reading it and I enjoy it, I'll fucking hunt down a graphic novel, if they've even made one. Super Fuckers Forever. Surface Tension. Hey, I've only got 2 stacks left. 2 or 3. I might make it through this. We might be able to do it in under an hour. Oh my god, this is going to take half a day to upload. Hopefully I'm not doing this in 4K, because sometimes it automatically just selects that for me, or does the whatever. I don't know. I'm not savvy with the lingo here. I think it's 60 FPS frames per second, or Ultra HD is one of the options, and I don't know. Sometimes I have the wrong setting on. Oh no, I'm doing these weird. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, do this is faster. Well, no big deal. I'll just have to re-alphabetize it. Things I do for you guys. Just kidding. Shit show. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Lots and lots of comics. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. I hope this video finds you all blessed. Or not, if you don't want to be, you know, I can't tell you what to do. Do what you want. But if you guys have any comments or concerns, or you decided to watch this whole goddamn thing, I apologize. You need to get a life. But while you're at it, you might as well leave a like and follow me and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. Tell me what I could do differently. Make fun of me for being an obsessive psycho who buys everything. Who buys multiples of everything. And I'm a big old hoarder of funny books and expensive paper. How does that make you feel? I'm not gonna tell you how it makes me feel. It makes me feel. I'm not telling. Really good. Really happy. Lots of tales. Tales from the Dead Astronaut. Tales from the Fantastical Crimes Unit. Tales from the Shut Up. Tankers. 10th Muse. Makes me feel surrounded, and cluttered, and overwhelmed. These damn kids. These damn comics. Think Tank. This hungry earth reddens under shadow-clad hills. Thrax. Three Musketeers. There's an old one. It's #1. Pretty cool. 300. This is probably the most expensive book in the bunch here. #1. And I paid the full $15 on that. Ugh. Thud. But then I'm going around. I'm spending $10 on that really gay book. Whatever that was. Soft Boy and whatever. Oh my god. So good. So lame. Or that Puerto Rican one. Bornaniqua. I don't know what it was. Torchwood. That's Merlin and Malcolm Merlin, right? Doctor Who. God damn. Brain fart. Total Eclipse of the Seraphim. Objective. Totality. That's a dope cover, and it's an ash can. But yeah, a few of those books I dropped, you know, $10 on because they're the thicker. I think that Image Timeline book is a $10 book. Turtle Soup, that Red Coat book was $10. 24, 21 down. Twilight Man. And again, a lot of these I think I already had. I know I had Two-Fisted Tales here, but I'd rather get it. Rather have a double that I can sell than not be able to find that book again for as cheap as I found most of these. Until my knuckles bleed. The Unwritten. But I'm pretty good with that. But so that's why I usually don't pass up a book when I find it. My little tiny Vampirella section got pulled from a different box and is now over here. So these, I had already had these for a while. A couple art germ there. I love that one. That's great. But this art germ one is sick. It's got like an acetate cover. The blood goes on and off. It's cool. Vanity. Verge. It's actually Vice. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh man. Oh well. It's probably not important. Victory. Video Jack. Violet Rose. Is this thing still recording? Sure is. Oh, I'm totally gonna make it. Who, what, where, when, why. Who, what, where, why, when. When, who, what, where, why. Wafku. Warriors. Come out to play. Watch Dogs Legion. That's like a video game, man. Watch Dogs. Wave Makers. Cool book there. Very cool book there. We Are the Danger. We are the sound. We Have Demons. 2 covers on that one. We Ride Titans. Fuck, what was I talking about? I don't really care that bad. Weatherman. Whisper. White River Monster. I think I was maybe talking about how overwhelmed with comics I am, because that's my fucking life. Oh yeah, sometimes when I find stuff, so Wisp. I'm good about not buying doubles usually for all comics, even like, when I'm building a run, getting the whole run of Master Kung Fu, which I did, whole run of Avengers, which I did. I have ASM, basically 1 through 800. Or really, what are they up to now? I stopped at 8 something. Word Warriors. I'm missing a few from like in the 500s, but whatever. Anyway, going through and getting all the volume 2, and then a lot of the other stuff as well. In Daredevil volume 2 was another one where, especially all those Mac covers, they look so similar. It's hard to tell a lot of those apart. I didn't get any Y's or X's. Yeah, I didn't get any X's or Y's. Zero. Yeah, so, and that chemical reflex needs to be put somewhere. But, God, what was I saying? Fuck. Okay, in order to keep from buying doubles and triples and shit like that, I usually buy my books the first time I see them. So, like, I'll see a book, and, the next time I come across, if you buy everything the first time you see it, then if you ever see that again, you're like, hey, that looks familiar. Well, if it looks familiar, it means I already have it. Because, if I happen to see this, even if, that's why it's like, if I find something that's low grade, I'm like, I don't know if I want that. Maybe I'll get one later. I'll wait till the price is right. I'll wait till the condition's just right. No, I'll just get it right away, usually. But especially when it's low grade or a fucking dollar bin or whatever, I don't even think twice about it. I just grab it because, I don't know, I'm rambling off and totally losing where I was going with all this. But, like, as I was saying, with kind of having a photographic memory, which I don't know exactly if I, do, or what the science is of that, or what the right name is, but, I'll know if I ever see something again down the road. Like, I'll know if I ever come across Wisp #1. I'm really good at telling in my head, like, hey, I've seen this before. Hey, I recognize this. I don't often find a book where I'm like, do I have that already? Do I have 18 days? Oh, man, the name might sound familiar. I'm really not sure. Oh, shit. Man, I don't know if I have that. I don't really have that problem because I just know, like, I'm able to put titles and fonts, like the way it's laid out. And so I know that a lot of books have multiple covers, especially now. It's extra hard to tell covers apart and to know if you already have that book or not. But I'm really, really good with it, where I won't buy something multiple times because I know if I already saw it, I bought it. So seeing something for that second or third time, I kind of know in my head, well, you're probably wasting your money. You probably already have this, because if you recognize it even in the slightest, if there's something slightly familiar about it, or if it's mainstream enough that I had access to it, I probably already have it. It's really just the obscure as hell shit that I double up on once in a while, or whatever, because that stuff doesn't come around very often. So when the Dumbass Express makes its way into your hands in the long boxes or the dollar bins, you don't pass that up. Alright, I don't know if any of that even fucking made sense, but we're about to hit an hour long, and that is way too long, so I think that's enough for me. Let's call it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell if you really care. Check out some of my past videos. Here's some Marvel graphic novels. Yeah, I'm just going to keep blabbering on until we hit like 59:59 on the time. Hope you're all doing well. Appreciate you all for watching. Sorry I went off on some rants and got really repetitive. And I don't think I really made a lot of sense there at the end, but yeah, thanks all the same. And cheers.